Welcome back to the county seat. Our topic today is the construction of a road in eastern Utah, the Seep Ridge Road, and the development for energy extraction and other things. We have differing points of view between two counties, which is a problem that comes up. Joining us for this debate from the state, from SITLA, is Kevin Carter. Thank you for joining us. Audrey's joined us from Grand County. Mark Raymond here has joined us from Uintah County. There's the traffic issue, there's the resource issue. What other issues are really the concern of Grand County while you're opposing this road going all the way to I-70?
Finances. The BLM has stated that they believe it will cost about $6 million per mile to build the road on the Grand County side. And if you look at a map, it's actually very clear when you look at a map, the Uintah County side of this road has things like all kinds of creeks and washes. It's a slope going up to the Book Cliffs. If Grand County's over here, Uintah County's here, slope going up, and then all of a sudden we've got the words cliff, the Roan Cliffs, the Book Cliffs, the Tavaputs Plateau. We've got huge valleys, huge cliffs, and a very difficult road to build. So the BLM normally would say a road costs about $3 million per mile. They have said it would be closer to $6 million per mile. Our road supervisor didn't really have a good handle on what it would even cost. He didn't even want to guess because he said it hadn't been engineered. So the issue is we don't have the money to build it. So that's one issue. There is, of course, the resource concerns. However, the Grand County Council hasn't come out one way or the other saying that the resource concerns are as big as the financial concerns. We definitely are more concerned about how we would possibly pay for not only building this road, but to maintain it. Sounds extremely, absolutely prohibitive. The other issue is that we don't necessarily see that there would be a great benefit to Grand County itself for doing this. Yes, a big benefit for Uintah County, possibly for Grand Junction, for people coming to work from Grand Junction and going up to the different extraction areas in Uintah County, but that doesn't help our county. What that does is cause road maintenance problems and issues. And
well, I thought for that a little bit later, but let's talk about how important this is and why the state's involved. State Institutional Trust Lands, as I'm sure everybody is aware, is the organization that develops basically the funding for our schools through the application of trust lands that are in your care and custody, and you need to make the most money possible out of it. And so far, the SITLA's done a really splendid job of increasing that portfolio. My question for you, Kevin, is if this project doesn't go forward, what impact does it have to the school kids or to your trust fund?
The construction and improvement of the road from Highway 40, essentially, down to the Grand County line, at least essentially the Uintah County portion of the road, is very important to us because we have significant resources in that area, probably some of the most valuable resources that we have in our entire portfolio occur in this portion of Utah. Now, as you continue into Grand County, we also have very important resources that we intend someday to see developed. If they have to be developed by traffic coming in from the Uintah County side, well, then I guess that's what will happen. And I'm not sure that's entirely all bad. There's access is access, and the improvement of the road so that it facilitates that kind of development and the development that we need is the main thing. Whether it comes from the north or comes from the south, I'm not sure that we have as big a dog in that fight as maybe the two counties do. Just the access itself is what's important to us. And not only do we view this in the present day as important resources to us, but we recently spent a number of years back at the Congress getting them to approve a land exchange where we traded out of a number of very sensitive lands in Grand County, lands that shouldn't be developed.
Like Bowtie Arch, is that part of that?
And Corona Arch.
Corona Arch,
yeah.
Excuse me.
And a number of lands in Castle Valley, and then a swath of lands following the Colorado River all the way to the Colorado border in Utah. Very scenic properties, properties that we're not the right custodian for, given our mandate. And so in exchange for those lands, we are acquiring a fairly substantial chunk of mineral land in Uintah County that will also be accessed by the road we're talking about. So it's critical to us. The access into these lands are critical to us.
Okay, now, Mark, I want to address this issue because there, at one point, this this whole process was gone through before. In other words, this road was proposed back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. And now you're looking at it some 20 years later. Wouldn't it just be easier to pick up with the last road and build it, or is the process changed?
Thank you. And first of all, let me express our appreciation to our neighbors to the south. We recognize the position that Grand County has on improving that road that's on their side. We want everyone to know that this proposal that we have ends at the Uintah County line, does not extend into Grand County. We have to take responsibility for our own needs, for our economy, for access to our public lands. There are many users besides oil and gas. There's agriculture, there's ranchers, there's recreationists, there's hunters, a great variety of users of this road. We do not have a north-south corridor in Uintah County. This provides that access from Ouray down south into Uintah County. It's important for us and our economy, for jobs, to develop these areas in southern Uintah County. We do not intend to have improvements extend beyond that. That's Grand County's position, and we appreciate their position. We would like to develop these public lands within our county, and it's important to make improvements to the road in Uintah County.
Does anybody have a concern about building down into Grand County? I mean, you can accomplish this with the Uintah portion, or? I mean, I think it'd be kind of nice to have another route north to south other than Highway 6 myself, something scenic.
And it would be nice, but Councilwoman Graham is entirely correct. It'd be nice with a huge price tag. But you know, I think from an economic standpoint, clearly there just seems to be little advantage to Grand County from a tourism or other general transportation concept for them to support this road. I'm wondering though, if there wouldn't be an economic and industrial opportunity because you've got the railroad in Grand County. And if you could get better access to a rail hub with some of the resources that are being developed in there, maybe that would be an economic advantage to the county that you know would be worthwhile. I don't know. Those things are hard to decide, and the railroads are not the easiest people to work with in the world either. But that seems to me.
I hope they're listening.
I hope they are too.
That's Dan Harbrick.
Yeah.
He's wonderful.
Yeah. One of the things I think that the Uintah Basin has always suffered from is a lack of rail there to be able to bring stuff in and out. And routinely, there will be a rail proposal surfacing, coming in from Colorado. Generally, this is where they're talking about. I can't ever remember hearing any proposal coming from any place else, frankly, but from Colorado coming in to help transport product out of the area.
Well, let's continue that conversation after this commercial break and a couple of other ideas about this whole issue of roads. We'll be right back with the County Seat.
So, what brings you to town?
What brings anyone to St. George? A couple rounds of golf, a little relaxation.
What is that all?
Is there more? In a retirement community? Should have stuck with the back nine.
How would you spend an extra day in Uintah Valley? Stay one more day. Visit UtahValley.com to make reservations. Uintah Valley. Bring everyone together.
It's time you got off the beaten path. It's time you discovered something new. It's time you explored Kane County, Utah. Thousands of miles of trails, shorelines that go on forever, a horizon that compels you forward. Spend some time in Kane County and visit the past, present, and future. Kane County, Utah. It'll be time well spent.
Take a look. Take a glimpse. Take a peek. You'll be surprised by what you find. Check us out at DeseretPComplex.com. Our phone number is 435-843-4020. Adventure, beauty, excitement. Tooele County Parks and Recreation, bringing communities together.